If you go to Java, they get the data from database table, copy the data into what? Result set. So copy the data into result set, access one by one record from result set. Okay, now they copy the data into objects, but because they are object oriented programming languages, but TSQL is what? It's not object oriented. So that's why we copy the data into variables. Okay, then. So wherever the data is there, but copy the data into local variables and process the data. Next, what the next one is? Closing cursor. Closing cursor. So close cursor name. Close cursor name. Example, close C1. Close C1. Cursor C1 is what's that? Close. Close C1. Cursor C1 is closed. Okay, then when cursor is closed, then what happens is, when cursor is closed, what happens is the pointer from your program to this memory is removed. Okay, a pointer is created now. Okay, a reference is created from your program to this memory. That reference is what? Removed. In your program, C1 is created. C1 is referring to this memory. That reference is removed. That is what? Close. When you close the cursor. What the next step is? Deallocate. When you deallocate, this memory is released. Whatever the memory is allocated, this memory is what's that? Released. That's all. When you open the cursor, when you declare the cursor, memory is allocated. When you deallocate the cursor, this memory is what? Removed. Because you don't need this. You don't need this data. Okay. Then what the next step is? Deallocating cursor. Deallocate cursor name. Example, then. So deallocate what? C1. Deallocate C1. Okay, deallocate C1. That's all. So these are the different steps you have to follow if you want to use cursor in your program. To use cursor in your program, you have to follow these steps. Next, before going to see example, so we'll see what's that then. At the rate fetch status. Okay, now at the rate fetch status. Now, so what is at the rate fetch status? What is double at the rate means? You know that system variable. Okay, now then. So actually, sir, I said what I said. Fetch statement is there. Fetch statement is inside a what? While loop. So it should be inside a while loop. While begin end. It should be inside a loop. Okay. But when it's inside a loop, then compulsory when loop is there, loop condition must be there. When loop is there, loop condition must be there. When to continue the loop, when to stop the loop, you have to specify that. So when we continue this loop, if fetch successful, if fetch is successful, that means a record is fetched successfully. Continue the loop. Fetch unsuccessful, stop the loop. Fetch successful, continue. Fetch unsuccessful, stop. Then how do you know fetch is successful, unsuccessful? So like first time this fetch statement fetches first record. Record is there, successful. fetches second record, third record, fourth record, 14th record. Fetch statement fetches 15th record. 15th record is not there. Fetch is what? Unsuccessful. Fetch is failed because record is not there. So then when fetch unsuccessful, stop. Successful, continue. Unsuccessful, stop. How do you know fetch is successful or unsuccessful? By using this what? Fetch status. By using this fetch status. So this fetch status returns what? 0 or minus 1. The fetch state returns what? 0, minus 1. Fetch status 0 means fetch is successful. If fetch successful, fetch status returns 0. Fetch unsuccessful, fetch status returns what? Minus 1. Okay. So the fetch status, it is a what? System variable that returns what? 0 or minus 1. 0, minus 1. 0 if fetch successful. Minus 1 if fetch unsuccessful. Successful 0, unsuccessful minus 1. Okay. Now, so this is the like what fetch status is. Where it is useful, this fetch status is useful for loop condition. Fetch statement is useful for loop condition. Okay, fetch status is useful for loop condition. Okay, no? Then now, okay, let's see example. Let's see one example. Then, so write a program. Write a program to print what? All the employee names and what? Salaries. Okay. Write a program to print all the employee names and salaries. Okay, then. So here I'm not asking to print what? One employee. In the beginning, I said input what? Input employee number, print what? Name and salary. In our very first program, input the number, print name and salary. In this, how many employees name and salary? One. Only one. Here only one. That means you don't need cursor. If you want one, you don't need cursor. But here I'm asking to print what? All the employee names and salaries. Then you need cursor. So if you want to use cursor, then declare cursor. So declare what? Declare C1, D1 for select what? E-name, comma salary from EMP. Because he's asking to print only the names and salaries. Declare C1 cursor for select name, comma salary from EMP. So declare the cursor. Next one, declare what, sir? Variable. One at the rate what? Name. Next one, varchar of 10. At the rate what? Salary. Next one, money. So I taken two variables, one for name, one for salary. Okay. Next, one variable for storing the name, one variable for storing the salary. So here you are selecting two fields, you need two variables. If you select three fields, you need to take three variables. Next one. After this, what the next step is? Open the cursor. Cursor is open. After opening the cursor, what the next one? Fetch. Fetch the record from cursor. See this. What? Fetch what? Next to from C1 into at the rate what? First time this fetch statement is executed. First time this fetch statement is executed, the first name is fetched. What is the first name? First time this fetch statement is executed, initially where the cursor is there at what? Before the first row. Initially, the cursor is there at before the first row. Yes or no? So cursor is at before the first row. When fetch next is executed, the cursor is moved to what? First row. And the first row contains two values, and the two values are assigned to. Assign these two values to two variables. You already taken variable. Assign the name to name, salary to what's it? At the rate sal. Assign the name to at the rate name, salary to at the rate sal. Name at the rate what's it? Name, salary at the rate salary. So fetch next from C1 into at the rate name comma salary. Okay. Then after copying the data to this variable, what the next one is? Like here actually this is only one time a repetitive. Repetitive. Take a what? While loop. While loop. So then when this loop should continue, if this fetch is successful, okay na? Then if it's successful means record is there. Then so what is this is, like you write like this. What is that is? Fetch status equal to what? 0. Fetch status equal to 0 means fetch is what? Successful. So if fetch successful, fetch status returns what? 0. Then enters into loop and print the name and salary. Print what? Print name plus salary. Print name and salary. Then cast at the rate what? Sal as varchar. So print name and salary. Okay na? After printing the name and salary. After printing the name and salary, so first record is fetched. First record is fetched. Condition true. Prints first employee name and salary. Next you want second record. If you want second record, then what? Fetch next from C1 into at the rate what? Name comma at the rate what? Salary. What this fetch statement fetches? Second row. Now when fetch next is executed, then cursor is moved to this cursor. This cursor is moved to next record, second record, and the values are copied to this variables, name and salary. What about this condition? True. Fetch is successful now. Condition what? True. When condition true, then prints what? Second employee name and salary. And fetch statement fetches what? Fetch state. When fetch next is executed, the cursor is moved to next record, and the next record is fetched, and the values are copied to this what? Variables. Then what is the fetch status? 0. Condition true. Then prints name and salary. And fetch statement fetches what? Fourth record, fifth record, like this. This goes up to how many times? 14 times. This goes up to 14 times. Okay na? Then so 15th record. Fetch statement fetches what? 15th record. But 15th record is there or not there? Not there. Then fetch is unsuccessful. Then fetch status returns what? -1. Condition false. Loop is terminated. Okay. Then so once loop terminates means all the records are fetched, all the records are printed. Okay na? Next I don't need cursor. Then close. Close C1. Next one, allocate, remove the memory, deallocate C1. Okay. Now, so here why we write two fetch statements? Why we write two fetch statements? One for like what to start while loop. To start what's the while loop. If you don't write this fetch statement, okay, na, what is the condition? While loop condition fetch status equal to 0. When fetch status gets value, fetch stated gets value 0 minus 1. When it gets value after execution of fetch statement. Without executing the fetch statement, fetch status is nothing. Okay, na? Without executing the fetch statement, without executing the fetch statement, fetch status is nothing. So before you use fetch status, compulsory you have to execute what? Fetch statement. Execute the fetch statement. After executing the fetch statement, so if this fetch is successful, fetch status returns what? 0. If fetch is unsuccessful, returns minus 1. Understood? So now, then first record is fetched. Next what? Condition true. Prints name and salary. First record is completed, but you want second row. How to get the second row? Again fetch. So this fetch statement is to start while loop. This fetch statement to continue while. One is to start while loop, another one to continue. For second record, third record, fourth record, fifth record, like this. Once completed, close the cursor and deallocate the cursor. That's all. So run this. Okay. So it's printing all the 14 employee names and what? Salaries. Okay, now printing all 14 employee names and salaries. So this is how to access row by row into TSQL program. Okay, then next. Now, for example, okay, then write a program. Just see this. Write a program to calculate total salary without using sum function. Write a program to calculate total salary without using sum. I want to write a program for this. Okay, then. So write a program to calculate total salary without using sum function. Okay, now then what? I don't want to use sum function. Without using sum function, I want to calculate the total salary. What the logic is? Logic is Now, so get the salaries. Get the salaries. Store the salaries into cursor. 800, 1600, 1250, 2975, 1250, like all the 14 employee salaries. Store the salaries into cursor. Next, take a variable. Take a variable T, some variable T. Get the first salary, copy that first salary to this variable T. Get the second salary, copy that salary to this variable T. Get the third salary, add this, add, not copy, add. Get the first salary, add it to this variable T. Get the second salary, add it to this variable T. Get the third salary, add it to this variable T. Finally, what is T contains? Total salary. What the final T contains is total salary. This is the method. So get the salaries, store the salaries into cursor, fetch one by one salary from cursor and add it to the variable T. Okay. And now what? So declare C1 cursor for select only. I need only salary. I don't need names. I want only salary. Next one, declare the variable. So I'm taking a variable sal. What is the type? Money type. Declare the variable T. T is also money type. T or whatever or total. Okay. Then total. Next one. Open the cursor. When cursor is open, what happens? When cursor is open, what happens? All the 14 employee salaries. So the select statement is executed. What the select statement returns? The select statement returns all the 14 employee salaries. And all 14 employee salaries are copied into what? All the 14 employee salaries. All the 14 employee salaries are copied into cursor. So this is the data, and this data is copied to what? Cursor. This data is copied to cursor. So this data is copied to cursor. Okay. Then next, so then after this, after copying the data to the cursor, what the next one is? Fetch. Fetch what? Next from C1 into what? Sal. Fetch next from C1 into sal. So first time, what is first salary is fetched? What is the first salary? 800. 800 is copied to this variable sal. Now take a what, sir? While what? Fetch status equals to what? 0. Next one begin. Next one what? Set. What, sir? Total equals to. So like what I said, add this value to the variable total. Total plus what? What? Sal. Sal. For the first time, what is total is 0. What is the salary? 800. First time salary is 800. 800 plus 0. What is total is 800. So total is 800. So first employee's salary is fetched. First employee's salary is added to the variable total. Now fetch the second employee's salary. How to fetch the second employee? Fetch what? Next from C1 into what? Sal. Then what? End. So what this will fetch? This fetch statement fetches second employee's salary. What is the second employee's salary? 1600. 1600. Second one. What is the second one? 1600. So 1600 is copied to this variable. Now what about this condition? True. Now this 1600 is added to total. What the total is? Already total is 800. 800 plus 1600. 2400 is assigned to total. Now fetch statement fetches third one. What is the third employee's salary? 1250. So 1250 is assigned to sal. Now what about this condition? True. What is total is? Total is what? 2400. 2400 plus 1250. Okay, na? 3650. 3650 is assigned to at the rate total. And fetch statement fetches fourth one. What the fourth one? 2975. Condition true. So what the salary? 2975. What the total? 3650 plus 2975. 3625. Sorry, 6000. 6625. So then condition what's it? True. Fetch statement fetches what? Fifth record. 1250. Like this. This goes up to how many times? 14 times. Finally, what is at the rate total contains? The total salary. Then I want to print total salary. Then what? Print. Print what? Total. Print at the rate total. Next one. Close the cursor. Deallocate the cursor. Okay. Then okay. Then so let's see this here. What? But not printing. So run the program, but it's not printing the total. Why? Okay, now you're executing the program, but it's not printing the total. Okay, you're printing the total salary, but even though you're printing, it's not printing the total. Then, so why it is not printing means, like, actually reason is initially you declared a variable at the rate total. The value of this total is null. Initial value of the total is null. It's not zero. It's not what, sir? Zero. It is what? Null. First time what is at the rate total is null. Null plus salary is 800. Null. So total is null. Second time salary is what? 1600. Total is what? Null. Null plus 1600. Null. Finally, at the rate total is what? Null. That's why it is not printed. So final total value is also null. Initialize this value to 0. Initialize this to 0. Now run the program. Now 30,305. Now printing the total salary or not? Yes. So initialize this to 0. If you don't initialize, then null value, because it is used in calculation. Total salary is used in calculation. You have to initialize. If you don't initialize null, then null plus something becomes null. You use it this in calculation. Okay, now when some variable is used in calculation, so you have to initialize. If you don't initialize, then initial value will be null. Okay. Now this is all just to logics. Okay, then so now for example, write a program to print, you tell me, to print maximum salary without using max function. Find the maximum salary. Write a program to find max salary without using max function. So I don't want to use max function. Okay, then first, what is the logic? Like, that's all here. First, if you can able to find the logic, okay, so implementing that logic in program is what easy. Finding the logic is important. Okay, then so these are the salaries, but in these salaries, what you have to find out? You have to find out what's it? Maximum salary. Like, find out the maximum salary. So here also take a variable. Take a what's it? Variable. At the rate what? At the rate some variable like what? Max. Variable max. Variable is max. Now initialize this to what's it? 0. Initialize this to 0. Now next, first get the first salary. First salary. Get the first salary. Compare this first salary with what's it? Max. Then what is salary is greater than max now? Max is initialized with what? 0. So salary is greater than max. When salary is greater than max, then what you have to do? So like assign what's it? Assign max. Now remove this 5,000. Sorry, remove this what? 0. Then what? What? Remove this 0. Then initialize this with what? 800. 800. Okay, na? Now, what is the salary? Max salary is what? 800. Now it is 800. Okay. Next. Now get the second salary. What is the second salary? 1600. Compare this 1600 with max. Then what is salary is greater than max is greater than salary is greater than max. When salary is greater than max, assign the salary to what? Max. Assign that salary to max. Now what is the max is? Max is what? 1600. Okay. Now next, get the third salary. Get the third salary. That is 1250. So compare the salary with max. Is salary is greater than max? No. Is salary is greater than max? No. If it is not greater than, don't assign. If it is greater than, assign. Now 2975. 2975 is greater than 1600. Yes. Then assign 2975 to max. Now what is max is? Max is what's that? 2975. Next one, get the next salary. 1250. 1250 is greater than 2975. No. Then don't assign. Next one, 5000. 5000 is greater than 2975. Yes. Assign 5000 to what? Max. Assign 5000 to max. Now, finally, what is max contains? 5000. Suppose. Then what is this is maximum salary. Now tell me every time what you have to do. Get the salary from cursor. Get the salary from cursor. Compare this salary with what, sir? Max. If the salary is greater than max. If the salary is greater than max, assign the salary to max. If the salary greater than max, assign the salary to max. So then finally, what is max contains? This variable contains what? Maximum salary. So then how to write this? You have to write like this. What is declare what? C1. Declare C1 cursor for select what? Salary from EMP. Okay. So declare C1 cursor for select sal from EMP. Okay. Next one. Take variables. One variable for what? At the rate sal. One variable for sal, money type. One variable for max. This is also money type. Open cursor. Cursor is open. When cursor is open, then what? Cursor is open. Then next fetch. Fetch. What is the next from what? C1 into at the rate what? Salary. Fetch next from C1 into salary. First time, what is assigned to at the rate sal? 800. 800. Next one, while. Sir, cursor means whenever cursor is there means steps are same. Cursor programming is same. What is the while loop logic changes? But steps are same. Fetch, while, open, like. Okay. Fetch status. Fetch status equal to 0. Next one, begin. Then what? Begin. Begin. Then next, what do you want to do? You got the first salary. Yes. You got the first salary. First employee's salary. And initialize this variable with what, sir? 0. Initialize this max with 0. Now what you have to do? Compare. Compare what? Compare this salary with what, sir? Max. Then suppose if what? At the rate salary greater than at the rate max. If salary greater than max. Salary is greater than max. If salary is greater than max, assign the salary to max. Set what? At the rate what? Max. Max equal to at the rate salary. That's all. So comparing the salary with max. Salary is greater than max. So initially what is max? 0. What is the salary? 800. So is 800 is greater than 0? Yes. Condition true. Then what is assigned to max? 800. Now fetch the second employee's salary. Then again write fetch statement. Fetch next from C1 into at the rate what? Sal. What this is? What this fetch statement fetches? This fetch statement fetches second employee salary. What is the second employee salary? 1600. So condition what? True. What is the salary? 1600. What is the max is? 800. Okay, now earlier now it is 800 now. So salary is 1600. 1600 is greater than 800. Yes, condition true. What is assigned to max? 1600. Fetch statement fetches 1250. Next employee salary 1250. Condition true. What is the salary? 1250. 1250 is greater than 1600. False. That means it's not assigned. Max is not changed. Next one. Next 2975. Salary. What about this condition? True. What is the salary? 2975 is greater than max is 1600. 2975 is greater than 1600. Yes, condition true. What is assigned to max? 2975. Like that. So this goes up to how many times? 14 times. So like one record, salary is 5000. Condition what? True. Then what is the salary? 5000. 5000 is greater than max. Yes, condition true. Then what is assigned to max? 5000. So print max salary. How to print max salary? Print at the rate what, sir? Max. Then close C1. Next one what? Deallocate C1. Okay. Okay, na? So now, then you okay, then run this. Now let's see what the max is. 5,000 max salary is 5,000. Okay, then clear. Then next you try one, that is what min salary. You write a program, you try this, write a program to find what minimum salary. Okay, write a program to find minimum salary. But simply if you change the condition, you will not work. It will not work. Simply if you change the condition less than, no. Okay, na? Then you check huh? How to what find minimum salary. Okay, you try that. Hmm? Hmm. ఇది క్వరీ అనే మెనూ ఉంటుంది. ఇంక్లూడ్ యాక్చువల్ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ ప్లాన్ అనే ఆప్షన్ సెలెక్ట్ చేయి. క్వరీ మెనూ ఆప్షన్ లో ఓల్డ్ వర్షన్ లో ఉంది, 2008 లో కూడా ఉంటుంది. ఓకేనా, బిగిన్ స్పేస్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్. ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ లేదు. ఎస్, హై డేట్ ఉంది. ఎస్. అవును. ఏది లేదు. ఓకే బాస్, నాకు అర్థమైపోయింది. నువ్వు అది తీసేసి టేబుల్లో టేబుల్లో లేదు, ఏం లేదు. ఉంది. ఎస్. ఈఎక్స్పిఆర్ అనేది వేరియబుల్. అది వేరియబుల్స్ మనము ఇప్పుడు వాల్యూస్ ని స్టోర్ చేయాలి అంటే వేరియబుల్ తీసుకుంటాం. మన ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో ఏం చేస్తాం, ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తాం. ఆ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసిన ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ని ఒక వేరియబుల్ లో స్టోర్ చేయాలి అంటే @EXPR వేరియబుల్ ఎక్స్ అని తీసుకో. కన్ఫ్యూజన్ ఉంటే నువ్వు ఏమి ఇస్తున్నావు చూడు, నువ్వు ప్రోగ్రామ్ లోనే చూడు ఏమి ఇస్తున్నావు వాల్యూ. సో సెట్ @EXPR ఈ డేట్ డిఫైన్ చేస్తుంది, ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తుంది. ఆ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసిన వాల్యూని ఈ వేరియబుల్ లోకి అసైన్ చేస్తున్నాం. ఓకేనా? Like in registration form, what you are entering 10 students. Registration 5 student pending. To show There is a field, you maintain a field status. In status field, you maintain that. Okay, na? Completed, pending, like that. Uh, uh. It depends on like what, if if you want to, yes. Cursors use real world project. Yes, in some projects.